Well, hello there, friends and family, and random people on Facebook and or YouTube. I just figured since I'm not going to be here in Colorado much longer, hopefully, cross my fingers, that I would share with you a little video diary about my experience in the military, and this will probably answer any questions you have. Whether you're interested in being in the military or you just want to know what it's like or what I'm going through, or in case you don't get to hear from me much. So anyways, it all started about 2 weeks ago when I got Petty Officer Aaron Starks' business card off of the door at the recruiting office in Thornton, and I called him, and the conversation went really well. He was very nice, and he got me really interested. Before that day, I hadn't really thought about it much. I Googled stuff about the Navy before, but initially I wanted to sign up for the Air Force like my brother Jake, but I didn't have a very good experience with the Air Force recruiters. I had nothing against the Air Force whatsoever. I love my brother. I love the Air Force for him, but just the recruiter wasn't very nice, and he didn't seem to really care a whole lot, which turned me off to the Air Force. So I mean, I still wanted to be in the military, but I didn't really want to deal with people that didn't want me to be there in the first place. So that's when a couple of friends who were in the Navy kind of got me interested. And, even people in other branches like the Army told me, maybe you should go into the Navy, which naturally I thought, why not? That's the kind of person I am. I was just, why not? The next Monday after I talked to him, which was on a Friday, he had me come into the office to start my paperwork, which when he told me that at first I was kind of like, whoa, this is really soon. But I think that the fact that he was pushing me into making a decision was really good for me, because I was so unsure of myself, and Starks, he really got me, thinking, Monday, you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. There's no half-assing it. So that was really good on his part, to really, get me to make a decision then and there. So Monday I went in to do my paperwork, and when I got there, he told me, you're going to take the test today. And, like I said, at first I was kind of like, well, I don't know about this, but then I thought to myself just what I thought earlier, gotta do it or you're not gonna do it, we're going full throttle now, or, do something else with your time. So I decided, alright, sign me up. I had to go home and change. I was wearing a tank top at the time, and I had like a hole in my jeans, and I was wearing like sandals with heels, and they're open-toed. And MEPS has a dress code. You can't wear hats, you can't wear ripped jeans or holes in your jeans or tears or anything like that. You can't wear open-toed shoes. Your cleavage can't be hanging out. You have to wear like at least a sleeve, this may be a little bit shorter, but there has to be like some sleeve. It can't be tank top or strapless or halter top. If you're a crew, I'm pretty sure like people that work there and people that come watch, I'm pretty sure this don't apply to them, but I had to take off my earrings, and I had to take off my rings and any jewelry I had on, which at the time, so whatever. So I decided to let my ears close, because I don't want to have to keep putting them back in and out, but earrings aren't a big deal. If it's the rest of your life for some earrings, which one are you going to pick, So I went in to take the test. I went with one other guy, and I just met him that day. I think his name was James. I don't really remember. He was kind of shy, but we went in and we had to put our fingerprints in the system, so that when we come in and we come out, we just put our finger and it scans us. You sign in and you sign out every time you leave. And then after that, we just had to show our paperwork to a bunch of people, and they asked us, what's your social and what's your, let me see your ID. a bunch of times, and they just look and make sure all your paperwork is solid, because if it's not, you need to correct it now before you have to restart everything. So before that, I didn't really know my social all that well. I kind of knew it, but I mean, I had to learn it very fast, because they ask you every single time they look at a piece of paper with your name on it. They ask you, whether it's in medical or, you know, whatever, they ask you. So that's really important to remember. And then after that, we waited for a while before we finally got to go in and test. I think there was a couple problems with my paperwork. I think Stark spelled North Glen with 2 words instead of 1 word, so he had to, you know, fax the paper and fix it and send it back. I think that was the only problem. But we went in and take the test. Before you go in, you have to go to this little room, and you have to read this booklet about the rules, and it says no cell phones, no food, no looking at people's tests, no jewelry, you don't get a calculator, you don't bring a calculator, you know, just stuff like that. And then there's a cranky little man in there who, you know, asks you, are you abiding by the rules? And when I was in there, this guy had a cell phone in his hand sitting in there, and so, you know, this guy was really irritated with him. So when I went up there, this guy was just giving me mad attitude, and he was like, you abide by the rules? And he asked me like 5 times if I agreed, and I was like, yeah, I agree. And then he's like, oh, well, you got rings on, and I was like, oh, shit, you know, you look like an idiot. So took my rings off, and then you have to go sit and read another set of rules. Like, if you have to go to the bathroom now. I don't really remember what else it said, but then, you know, I walked into the room, and people were already testing. It's all on computers, and I actually saw a guy, Joe, that I've known since elementary school, and they're taking a test for the Army, so it was kind of cool. Small world, you know. But at that point, they give you a paper and a piece and a pencil, and, you know, that he puts you on a computer, and you have to take the ASVAB. Which is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. I don't know. I forgot what it means, but I don't know. But it's just a bunch of, a series of different questions. And depending on what branch it is, they break it down in different ways. Like, in the Navy, your job, like when you look at a job, it'll tell you, you know, you have to add up word knowledge, arithmetic knowledge, mathematical skills, and then whatever that equals, that's what you need to be in the job. So if you don't want to be a mechanic, it doesn't matter what you have in auto, you know what I mean? But if you know, obviously, if you're going to be a mechanic, that's important. So, you know, whatever. Well, then, also, if you're in the Navy, you have to take 2 other tests. There's one called, like, TAPAS, and it's like a personality test, pretty much. Like, they give you 2 choices, and you have to say which one is least or which one's more like you, which was kind of, and I don't know how I felt about that one. I mean, it took a long time to do, and it just seemed kind of, like, I don't know what they use it for, really. I don't know if you can pass or fail it, honestly. I mean, it just asks you stuff like, you know, I don't like to share, and then it'll ask you, I don't clean my room, and then, you know, you're like, okay, well, I do share and I don't clean my room, so I guess, you know, don't clean my room is more like me. But then they come back and ask you the same questions over again, you know, and I guess they might put it in like an order based on like what's more like you. Like, I have no idea because I didn't see the results, but